You have accomplished a lot. You have done everything that you profess and preach and practice. You know? So you have books, you have tangible and non-tangible successes in your life. You know? And you're happy.
I am.
When you look at yourself in the mirror sometimes, are you sure about your being happy?
Well, you can tell when you look in the mirror, you're either smiling or you're not, you know. No, I feel happy most of the time. That doesn't mean I don't ever get angry or don't ever get sad. I mean, I lost my cell phone on this trip, and I had about 10 minutes of, gosh darn it, you know, and then I let it go because it's gone. What can I do about it? It doesn't serve me to be unhappy. And see, what I teach is that you live in the now. Right now is all there is. In other words, the past is gone, the future's not here. It's just a succession of nows, present moments. And so if we can make ourselves happy in this present moment, we'll always be happy because it's just a series of unfolding present moments. So, you know, I'll buy a new cell phone and I won't talk to my wife as often for a week, so what? We'll all live. And to me, happiness is an inside job. It's something you choose. I think Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th president of the United States, said, you're just about as happy as you make up your mind to be. And so
felt that the stage production is much
wait.
better.
Now, what part of you, what part of the beast inside you does acting satisfy? What does it bring out of you?
Well, Laurence Olivier was asked that question once, and he said,
did somebody use the word beast?
You said beast. No. But they asked the same question. Why do you do it?
Yeah.
And he said, look at me, look at me, look at me.
What does it mean?
Well, that means it's well, not quite an ego trip, but there's something. You've got to have the audience attentive to you on stage. Every second that you are on stage counts. Tick, 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 and you're off.
Right.
So you have got to be very focused. You've got to say the lines in a thoroughly meaningful, attentive way,
right.
and all the time there you've got that audience, and they're watching you. And if they start to drift, you start to hear seats, scruffling sounds, and people talking to each other, and you think, oh no, I've lost them. So you've really got to keep the attention on you,
God,
and that's very, very crucial. Yeah. And then, of course, aside from that, you're being somebody else. And I think this is the whole thing. All the world's a stage, you say. We are all actors on a stage.
Whether we are in business or not in business,
you're in a role.
Acting or not acting, all we are saying is, look at me.
Well, look at me. Yes, we are. But we're also in roles. I mean, when I come in here, I'm taking on a role. When I walk into my office, I'm in a different role.
You've got 3 cameras looking at us.
And we are aware that an audience of a certain type is watching, and so we have to get their attention.
Yeah.
But with a script, you can be an entirely different person, somebody you never even thought of before.
You could be the King of Spain.
You might be the King of Spain.
Or
you might be a Maharaja or Rasputin or...
of my life, and I've never had that experience before.
And that created that fear and excitement at the same time.
And just real clarity. It was real moment of clarity. And then in that instant, I just knew what the second half of my life was all about. It was very, very simple and very clear. And in some ways, as I said, it had built on everything else. So I had this sense of, I had been preparing. Now I would actually start to do the
future
work.
lies ahead,
And what I was preparing for was very clear, and that I had one purpose, and that was to help in the reconnection of human and nature.
Pakistanis, I understand, have a deep culture, and you have a very special romantic language called the Urdu, no?
True.
And I've had some experiences with it. Would you like to share some kind of a philosophy for the Filipino audience, saying that this is what the Pakistan virtues or values are? Is there something you want to share? Beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because we have Iqbal. He's a poet philosopher of Pakistan. He gave the concept. Iqbal, Muhammad Iqbal. Alama Iqbal.
Mr. What's his name? The author of the Prophet. Khalil Gibran was not from Pakistan.
No, he's Iqbal. IQBA.
Khalil Gibran was from Turkey or from some other country.
No, but Iqbal is a poet philosopher.
Right.
and he wrote excellent poetry and verses. And one of his best, what I feel, which is international, you can go all over the world.
Yeah.
I will first say it in his language, and
Okay.
then I will try to explain it to you in English.
Okay,
But
okay.
what he said was that खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना,
खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना
कि हर तकदीर से पहले, खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे,
खुद पूछे,
बता तेरी रजा क्या है.
बता तेरी रजा क्या है. I'm Japanese, but I can follow you.
खुदी is
All right. Keith, thank you very much for those wonderful insights. I have so many more questions coming from you, but time's up and we'll catch up on this some other time. Is there anything you'd like to say to your friends in the community of the business? You are in the BPO industry.
I think what I would say to the Filipino community and country is this. You have a diamond here. Don't lose it.
This is an opportunity that you shouldn't miss. The next 10, 20 years, maybe more.
Absolutely.
Maybe more.
It's happened to other countries, right? So don't miss this. Don't miss this opportunity.
Okay, one question. This question comes from you. You said, Raju, ask me what is the most beautiful place you have visited in the Philippines and describe that.
The most beautiful place that I've been with my significant other, which is Nika Pineda, is in Dumaguete, off the island of Apo. There is a beautiful enclave right there, towering rocks. The beach is white. It's hard to get to, and it's only one hotel on that particular spot.
What's that spot called?
It's Apo. I think it's Apo Island.
Mount Apo?
Apo Island, but this one particular part of Apo Island, no running water, no electricity after 6 o'clock, but this resort is beautiful, and I would highly recommend you go there.
All right, Keith, and last question is 5 years, 10 years down the line, do you plan to leave the Philippines or stay here?
So I'm a global leader.
Yeah?
I do plan to eventually leave the Philippines.
All right.
But I always have my heart here.
All right. Mabuhay. Gracias,
Thank you.
Senor.